You want to earn your way into Indiana University Bloomington. I want to help you do it. My name is Craig Meister. You can go to my website, collegemeister.com, to learn more about me and my college admissions coaching services, which can help you navigate your way successfully through the entire college admissions process. Indiana University is in Bloomington, which is a wonderful college town. It's beautiful, it's relatively safe, and it's in the heart of the United States of America, so it's a popular destination for undergraduate students who want that all-American feel to their college campus. Let's dive right in to my tips to ensure you do everything you possibly can to get into this very fine institution in Indiana. Tip number one. Below this video, there's a link to my classic article, How to Get into the Ivy League Ethically. I want you to read that article from start to finish. Now, of course, Indiana University is not an Ivy League institution, far from it. Its acceptance rate is, for most majors, in the 80s or high 70s. So you may be saying, Craig, that's a little overkill, don't you think? No, it's not overkill, because if you can do everything in that article, that is how to get into the Ivy League ethically, you are going to be head and shoulders above the typical Indiana University applicant, and therefore you will not need to sweat the admissions process nearly at all as you enter your 12th grade year. That article gives you tips and tricks out of how to make the most of your entire high school experience, both academically and outside of the classroom, so that you can be in the best position to enter the first day of your 12th grade year primed to close the deal with Indiana once you apply as a 12th grade student. Tip number two, when you apply to Indiana University matters quite a bit. Indiana offers early action, and it also offers regular decision. The early action deadline currently is November 1st. The regular decision deadline is February 1st. The early bird gets the worm at Indiana in a lot of different ways. Please, if you know what's good for you, if you trust me, definitely apply to Indiana University early action. That means by the November 1 deadline. Far lower standards for early action than for regular, and in particular, if you are interested in high demand areas, for instance, the Kelley School of Business, it is strongly advised that you apply by the November 1 deadline in order to earn direct admission, for instance, to the Kelley School of Business. That's an amazing opportunity. It's one of the top-ranked undergraduate business schools in the United States, and to be based at such an institution that has an overall relatively high acceptance rate compared to other state universities that are in demand in the area, and to be such a high-quality undergraduate business school, you want to do everything you can to earn first-year direct admission to the Kelley School of Business if you are, in fact, applying to the Kelley School of Business or ultimately want to get a major in the Kelley School of Business. You don't want to necessarily have to end up in Indiana University's University Division, which is sort of like a holding pen for undecided students, and have to transfer in to the Kelley School of Business later if ultimately your goals are aligned with studying business over your full 4 years at Indiana University, thus propelling you into a career in business upon graduation. Therefore, all getting back to when to apply, to give yourself the very best shot at that, you want to apply early action. And of course, building upon that, you want to have the most impressive portfolio possible. Now, of course, currently, Indiana University is test optional, but if you really want to seal the deal in terms of direct admission to the Kelley School of Business, I would strongly recommend that you submit SAT scores that are 1380 or higher, and also 30 or higher on the ACT. So again, just to clarify, 30 or higher or 31 or higher on the ACT, 1380 or higher on the SAT, to give me a great deal of confidence that you could be a strong candidate for direct admission to the Kelley School of Business. You're also going to get your application in by the early action deadline, and you're also going to have a grade point average on a 4.0 scale of at least 3.8 in order to give yourself the very best chance of admission when you select a business major on the supplement to the common application for Indiana. So again, that's a high demand field, the business school, the Kelley School of Business at Indiana. And if you really want to get your foot in the door there as a first year, you're going to apply early action and also have those statistics to back you up in order to get into the Kelley School of Business at the overall great and very attractive Indiana University. Tip number three, I think I sort of covered a lot of tips in tip number two, but I'll at least call the next one tip number three. Let's talk about how you can better differentiate your past experiences for Indiana University so they understand what you've been up to outside of the classroom. Indiana really doesn't want a full-fledged resume from you, an extracurricular resume. They will settle for the activities list on the Common Application for the vast majority of students. So fill out the activities list to the best of your ability. But if you do have some overflow content that you really feel like you can't fit into the activities page because it's so skeletal in nature, there's only so many characters that you have to work with, and you do still want to share that content about one or more of your extracurricular activities with Indiana, I would strongly recommend that you put into the additional information section of the Common App's writing page a 650-word extracurricular resume about yourself where you can elaborate on all of your extracurricular activities, some of your extracurricular activities, or just one of your extracurricular activities in a way that you were not able to do so in the top 10 activity list on the activities page of the Common Application. Now, if you're wondering how should I format and structure such a 650-word resume that Craig is telling me to plug into the additional information section of the Common App's writing page, then I would strongly recommend that you click on the link below this video to my How to Build an Extraordinary Extracurricular Resume short course, which is less than an hour in length, but which will give you all the information you need in order to build a 650-word resume that will fit into the additional information section of the writing page that will further augment your application and thus give you the very best shot of differentiating yourself positively to the admissions committee at Indiana so that they can see that you've been busy outside of the classroom, you've been productive, and that you would most likely be a contributor to campus at Indiana University and in Bloomington generally. And then my final tip would be don't neglect the Common Application essay itself. Of course, most students, if not all students these days, are applying to Indiana via the Common App. Of course, they do have another option to apply, but it's not nearly as popular as the Common App for a whole host of reasons, including market dominance of the Common App. But what I will say is that just because I do not talk about the Common App essay in this particular video does not mean that you should not take it seriously, especially in the context of Indiana you once having, for a few years at least they had, a supplemental sort of why Indiana short essay, but they've removed that currently. So the only narrative writing sample that you're going to be sharing with Indiana University is the Common App essay if you're applying via the Common App. So take the time, go slow and steady, make sure you draft out a very strong Common Application essay in order to propel yourself into Bloomington University as a first-year student at Indiana. Not Bloomington University, Bloomington, Indiana, as a first-year student at Indiana University. So I have included below this video links to my previous videos about how to knock the Common App essay out of the park, and also some of these videos touch on some common mistakes, let's just put it that way, that some very well-meaning students make when they are trying to complete their Common App essay. And if you watch all of those videos, you will be in the best position to avoid those common pitfalls that students make when approaching how to draft and what to write about on their Common App essay. Also, I have a couple videos that are longer in length that detail the most popular Common App essay prompts, as well as the most strategically intelligent prompts for you to choose based off of the different bits and pieces of information that the different 7 prompts would tease out of you. Let's just put it that way. So all of those links are included below this video because that Common App essay is a big topic that warrants its own videos. And so that's why I have previously produced videos on that topic. I'm also including a link to another article I wrote several years ago about how Common App essay size does matter. I encourage you to read that article over at admissions.blog. Again, it's linked below this video so you understand the importance of the length of your Common App essay. The final length is important in order to best buoy your chances of getting into any college that accepts the Common App essay, and of course, in the context of today's video, help you get in to Indiana University. Finally, I will just note that if you are applying to Indiana, you're most likely also looking at schools like Wisconsin or Ohio State or Maryland or Michigan, and I've done videos about all of the above and more previously, not just this admission cycle, but previous admission cycles. So I encourage you to review my back catalog of videos over at youtube.com/collegemeister. I've also included links to some common overlap universities with Indiana University right below this video, most notably Michigan, Wisconsin, and Ohio State, but there are others, of course, as well. And if I haven't done a video on a college you are interested in having me do a video on related to how to get into that particular college or university, I encourage you to comment below this video. But until next time, at the very least, you have now given yourself the very best shot of getting into Indiana, because now you have the tools at your disposal to do just that. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you want that one-on-one college admissions coaching that I provide clients, you can, of course, go, as always, to my website, collegemeister.com. Tell your friends, tell your family about both my services as well as this channel, because both this video and others may definitely support or help your family, your friends, best prepare for and navigate the college application process to the colleges on their list. Until next time, I hope you stay safe and you stay well, and I wish you the very best of luck in terms of getting into Indiana University, where you will become an Indiana Hoosier. Have a great day.